Question. So I just okay. I just turned that on. So I'm just going to turn my because it's not showing anything useful. I'm going to just stop my video. It doesn't make any difference. And so yeah. So what I wanted to do then, um, here. Okay, here's that one. Um, this is this interview. This will give you a sense because I'm doing this in real time. This will give you a sense of how long it takes to do stuff.
I'm just flabbergasted. I really am. I just
So,
am.
so what I'm going to do here is, um, let's see. Um, okay, re-record this podcast, but don't mention Lisinka by name. Don't mention Lisinka. Okay. Uh, or anything personal. Okay, and that's all I'm saying. Re-record this podcast, but don't mention Lisinka or anything personal. I click generate. It's on the way.
Wow.
That's all I had to do. So we'll see in about 4 minutes. We should have that podcast, and I'll play it for you, and you can tell me because again, it's going to create it from scratch new, so we don't know if it's going to be anything like what we had before.
You said that you would give them the video and make it relevant to the video itself.
When you say video, what video?
Well, it was an audio that you were going to take the file, that particular file,
Well,
and
that's what
ask
I did. That's the one that you were just listening to. You said that is not as good in explaining things.
you did you take the original video which mentioned Lisinka and Tomek and and ask them to uh, give that same video, but
Yeah, but
without.
it unfortunately that's what I asked for. But the one you got this morning is what it made from that.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So you never know. Now the thing about it is
Let's keep the one with Lisinka in it and her ex-husband. It doesn't mention
well,
Tomek.
yeah, but that's the one we're creating right now is going back to the same source that one was created from.
Yes,
So we'll see here. Now, one of the things that we need to learn to do is if, let's say this one, it doesn't mention Lisinka, but you're saying, well, but the arguments were not as clear. Uh, um, and then I can see, can I load I can load the original podcast back in and actually, you know what I can do is hold on a minute. Let me give this a try. That's this one. It's cooking. And in the meantime, we're going to go over to this second one here, and I'm going to write make an outline. Well, wait a minute. Maybe I already have it. Hold on a minute. Let me just send you this. Okay, so you're going to get this in WhatsApp. Okay,
uh,
I just sent you here, and keep in mind the spelling of SIFA and all that's wrong, but that is because it is all it's got is the audio recording. That's the only thing I gave it. So it's
yeah.
doing its spelling based on that. But this is the table of contents that it derived from the first audio podcast that we sent to it.
Wonderful. So Oh, wait a minute. This is different from what we had, right?
Um, well, this is based on this is based on the recording that you listened to earlier, the one that you liked.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the title. Yeah. Do you
Okay,
want?
and this one here that I'm sending now is called a briefing document that is based on, again, it's based on the excerpts from your the audio that you liked, and this is what it derived from that.
Wait, well, let's listen to it.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind the one you're listening to is the one that the which one do you want to listen to? The one
One
from
that is derived from the one that I thought was so good.
okay, well that's the one you didn't like that you were just listening to that you didn't
Oh,
like.
so what's happening now? I thought that you just sort of given an order for
Yes,
them to.
yes. Let me check to see if that's done now. Hold. Let me just. I'm just sending you these that these were created from the audio that you liked. This is a frequently asked questions list. And the last thing I'm going to send you on this is what's called a study guide for um, uh, okay, here's the study guide. Now, all of these here, all of them uh, were created. It took me about 3 minutes, maybe, to generate everything you're reading in all of these ones that I just sent you.
Are you going to show the video, or are we just going to read it?
No, no, I'm gonna look for that. I just wanted to be able to get these to you. Uh, okay, because these are all derived from okay, hold on, I just need to take the title from this. And-
I'm learning from Zainab to drink water. She's a sportswoman. She was absolutely scandalized. I told her I'd drink 1 glass of water a day.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I don't drink anywhere near enough water. Okay, so the all these different things that I sent you, uh, huh, uh, okay, so all those documents I just sent you are all derived from your the podcast that you liked. Okay, so now I'm going to switch back here and let's see. No, it's not this one. I have to.
I have it all in writing. That's not the idea, right? The idea.
Okay, so
Remember,
now you can listen to this here. I redid the original request. Okay, so this is
yeah,
what it came up with. So hopefully you can hear this.
Oh wait, so today we're gonna like totally deep dive into the SIFA plan.
Were you able to hear that?
yes.
Okay, so I'm going to continue it now. It's less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Everyone always wants to know how the different parts fit together.
Yeah.
Well, we have this amazing conversation that's kind of like eavesdropping on someone discovering.
Uh-huh. Moments.
Exactly, someone's getting it in real time.
Yeah.
One person's obviously excited about the AI stuff, but like,
Really trying to grasp SIFA.
yeah, and the other person's a total expert. It's super interesting.
It is a fascinating way to kind of get into the SIFA plan, not just the the basics, but the underlying philosophy that makes it all work.
That's our mission today,
Yeah.
to figure out like what are the core principles of SIFA and why the creator Kyra saw all these elements as totally inseparable, not just a
He
bunch of
meant
options.
Koistra.
Like baking a cake.
Right.
You can't just like pick and choose your ingredients. You got to have them all in the right amounts or it just won't work.
I love that.
Yeah.
So right away, the person who's kind of new to SIFA, they keep saying stuff like, maybe we could just do the marketplace part, or
What about just basic income without all the other stuff?
exactly. Yeah. And the expert is like, no, 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 you're missing the point.
Just so the clarification, when you and I had the discussion last Monday that we recorded, I was tossing in all those questions and things like that. So this time it took a very different perspective. It talked about the fact of the you and I going back and forth, and I'm the skeptic and you're the expert, and so it's presenting it from that type of a perspective. So I think that's quite different from the first recording, but interesting perhaps.
Yeah, let's listen.
Point.
It's like they're stuck in this mindset of single
Can you slow it
solution
down?
to single problems.
What's that?
Can you slow it?
Yeah, I should be able to do that. Uh, let's see. This should be slower.
Yeah.
When SIFA's going for something way bigger, a stable, thriving global community, like a natural ecosystem.
And here's where it gets really interesting. They talk a lot about personal growth and not just like career success. It's more like spiritual and inner development.
The idea is that kind of personal growth helps people contribute to the whole instead of just competing with each other, which with AI taking over more and more tasks
becomes even more important.
Yeah.
Right? Like if your job isn't defining you anymore, where do you find meaning and purpose? SIFA seems to anticipate that.
Totally.
And it connects personal growth to these two other core pillars, sustainability and a marketplace with equal income.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that.
Yeah.
So sustainability, the way they discuss it, isn't about rules.
Right.
It's more like a mindset everyone participates in.
Yeah, where every action has consequences for the whole.
And this understanding of sustainability, it's constantly evolving.
Through interaction and learning.
So it's like a constant dialogue.
Yeah.
Adapting as we go, not just checking off a list.
Exactly. And that same approach applies to the marketplace. With equal income built in, it's like a stable foundation.
Okay.
Everyone starts from the same place.
So it's not just about having a marketplace, it's about creating equal access and opportunity within it.
Right.
What does that actually look like?
Well, the equal income part shifts the focus from just work and production to making sure everyone's also a consumer, which fuels demand, creates a more balanced system.
So it's like everyone having a seat at the economic table.
Right. Yeah.
Regardless of how much they can contribute in the traditional sense.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of deserving, the expert makes a really interesting point about how Kyra, the creator of SIFA, was really focused on reducing inequality.
Yeah, it's not as simple as just making everyone economically equal, though. The expert argues for embracing differences, not just erasing them.
Okay, now that's interesting. Could you maybe unpack that a little?
Well, think of it this way. While everyone should have equal opportunities, they're not all going to make the same choices or achieve like the same level of material success.
So recognizing and valuing individual differences.
Yeah.
Not trying to squeeze everyone into the same mold.
Exactly. And that might actually be the key to a truly thriving society. Diversity of thought and experience leads to, innovation and progress.
It's a pretty radical idea when you consider how much of our current system is built on competition, trying to be the best.
Yeah, it really challenges how we think about how society should work.
For sure. But speaking of challenges, the conversation gets into some potential real world roadblocks to implementing SIFA.
Right, and this is where it gets really complex. They talk about existing power structures,
Yeah.
like feudal systems in some parts of the world, resistance to education in others.
Wow.
These are things that could really impact the plan's rollout.
Yeah, adding a layer of how on top of all the why we've been discussing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a reminder that even the best plans can hit some snags when they meet real world action.
Right. it makes the whole thing feel more real.
Yes.
We're not just talking about some theoretical
What
utopia.
do you think of
We're
this?
grappling with, human nature and all.
What was that?
What do you think of it?
I think I don't think it's as focused.
No, I don't think so. I think the other one was much, much better. I think the other one was absolutely excellent.
So
Ab
what I can do, what I'm thinking I can do is I got to experiment a little bit here, but I can try to do some of that over the weekend here. Is I want to take that original podcast, I want to create from it the transcript, and then I can edit out of the transcript, edit out those parts where it mentions you and your ex-husband specifically, and there's another tool that is supposedly was introduced a couple of days ago where you can feed it a script and it will record that script as a podcast. So I can try to experiment, but that I mean that's truly experimentation because the thing that really makes this work is this very natural banter between two people.
yes.
And so uh
Could you
oh,
put instead of Lisinka, they?
wait a minute, I'm just thinking here, there's another way I can do this. I have an editing tool. What I can try to do is I can try to load that the podcast that you like, I can try to load that in and literally just cut out the pieces that that we don't want.
It would be
There's a
quite
couple of things.
substituting for Lisinka, they.
Yeah, though that's the other option. To do that, I would have to take, there's a product called Descript. And if I can, I don't know here how much it costs, or how much I can do with the free version. But if I can do that, that's one of these where you can take a podcast, an audio podcast, and it will transcribe it into the written words. And then you can go in, modify the written words, and it will go using the same voices that were in the original recording. It will plug in those changes with the original voices. sounds It sounds
Wonderful.
like science
You could
fiction,
do
right?
that. But the point is, Bill, we need to get to the finished project as soon as we can without too much of your time going
Yeah,
into it.
yeah, yeah.
If it's
I mean, there's
done in,
a couple of ways. If we can say, if you can sort of listen to the podcast version you like, write down what are the aspects of that you particularly like. What are the things about
I
that?
like all of it. I think it's excellent.
No, I know. But the thing is, we need to describe that. If I reload that into what created it, and basically say there, uh, using that as the guide. That's the standard one.
Substitute the word they for Lisinka. That's basically
Yeah, but the ex-husband piece, we don't necessarily want in there either, do we? There's
no. And then
two two
two times
references.
mention the word ex-husband and cut ex-husband. It didn't add to it anyway. It didn't give any real.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking too.
Just
So,
cut him
okay.
out and then just change the Lisinka to they.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes, I think I can do that. I see a couple of ways in my mind that I should be able to do that. And then we've got to wait to get the part from yesterday we recorded about about the marketplace, and then the new recording that you're going to send me. You're going to send me two new recordings, right? One of them is the one you just already recorded. You're going to send that to me. But then the other thing you're going to send to me is this new one you're going to record, which it starts with the problems, stressing here's the problems that are the reason why we want to achieve the goals. So it's the bridge, if you would, from where people are living right now to understanding why we want to pursue these goals, right?
I'm making a note of that.
Okay. So do you see the logic I'm trying to get to? I'm trying to
Basically,
get
you'd like me to do the same thing I did, except to uh,
start
add,
off start
help.
off with what is the motivation for wanting to do anything different, which is looking at the problems that we have with the existing world, and you can say a little bit about what's the problem and what the causes of those problems are, because the goals of the Koistra plan is addressing the causes of the problems that we currently have, right?
Yes.
So if you start off with, hey, here's the things that most people don't like about the way the world is working right now today. Here's the things that are causing these problems, which we want to address. And because of that, here are the goals that we believe would remedy those causes and help eliminate the current problems.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, and then that takes us then we can start to say, okay, so now we've got our overall goals, and then we can be drilling
The
down.
overall goal would be the unity and diversity. That's what I got when I went back to Koister's book.
Yeah, yeah, but you have to you can't just explain them in those terms, because those are very high level academic terminologies, if you would. So you've
Okay.
got to express those uh, in terms of, well, if you did that in the recording you're going to send me, one of the things you can do with this tool is you can say, okay, now explain that to me as if you were explaining it to an 8-year-old. All right, and that will take it into terminology that will be more understandable by the general public.
That's wonderful. So I'll do that. That'll be my homework then
Yeah.
for our next
Okay.
meeting.
So that is clear, because we're just about out of time for today. I got to get ready for my other call.
Right, Bill. So shall we meet on Monday again? Would that be possible for you?
It should be Monday. Yeah, it should be. Do we
And
want to
what I'm
go?
thinking about, it would be wonderful if we could get something like this to the whole group within a week or
Well,
so.
we're going to have to, as we get this piece to where it really is, what we're really creating here is a podcast, and I've got some ideas how we can turn this actually into a real video, not just an audio. But
So I will do it on video. I'll do it on video.
right. But the problem is getting that converted over, is because it's not going to be exactly what you're saying. It's going to be these two people. So we've got to have the two people talking, the video of those two people talking, and then in the background, images that pertain to what they're saying.
Now you did that once before. You
I
had two people on
exactly, but
video. That
I
would
did
be
that
perfect.
before. But if you recall, I can only convert 1 minute of video like that per day, at least
Oh,
with the tool I was using. So I would have to look for a different tool. Now that's almost a month ago, and since then there's been like 5 new tools to do that kind of thing come out. So there's new options. I have to take a look at that. But there's also another one that I really particularly like. It has, this symbol that's sort of like looking like a jagged, when people are speaking, and you've got like this thing on your screen, and it shows the level of speech. So you've got like this
a bubble.
thing going across your screen that has the up and down symbol for how loud or not loud the speaking is. And so that's going across the screen, and then below it, it actually has the text of what you're saying. Because keep in mind, some of the people in different parts of the world,
Yeah, the
the
language thing,
English
right?
might not be their mother tongue, so it's good for them to have the words. But we can also then make the words in French as well as in English.
Yeah, great.
Right. So okay, so those are the kinds of things. But where we're right now, the thing is you're going to find a way to send to me the QuickTime that you just recorded, which you can send via an email as well if you can't figure out another way. And then you're going to record the new one that goes from problem to causes to goals. All right.
I'm making a note of that.
Okay.
Basically, what we need to do is to go from causes to goals,
No,
right?
no, causes, yeah, from the problems that people are experiencing, the problems and their consequences. You can phrase it that way, problems and related consequences
Yes,
to the
yes.
causes to the goals.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if we can get everybody to be on board to that and realize that the whole idea of getting people to understand the reason why all the pieces have to go together and what the ultimate goal is. So we don't get those people that are just saying, "Hey, give us money, give us a universal basic income," and that's all we care about. And we don't get the people that just say, "Oh, give us a bartering marketplace," and that's all we care about. We have to get people to
Very quickly, I know you have to go.
yeah.
What are the problems that you see?
Well, you were explaining those to me yesterday.
Okay, all right. So I'll think them
Yes,
out.
yes, I would go back to
Yeah,
your thoughts on that.
great. But oh, that's wonderful, Bill. Let's set up a time then for our next meeting, and I will get that material to you as soon as I
Yeah.
can.
So do we want to stick here for Monday to we can either keep the current time, 3 o'clock your time on Monday?
At 3 o'clock my time.
Yeah. So it'd be 9 o'clock my time, just like today.
All right, let me just check that it's okay. That's the 16th, right?
Oh, I have no idea dates anymore.
Let's see, today is the 13th, so that
13.
would be the 16th. So 3
Yeah.
p.m. Bill. And my homework is a video with a video with problems, causes, and goals.
Yeah. Problems and consequences, causes and goals.
Okay.
And
All
this
right.
we should be able to create out of this something that will also be very good to be able to get out to, let's say, representatives of the UN and other bodies like that. It's because we should end up with a very good explainer video. I'm going to go in the meantime, try to send to you just after I get out of my other meeting. I'm going to go back and ask the Koistra book, ask it to tell me what it perceives as the problems, the consequences, the causes, and the goals. And I'll send that to you as well, so you can compare that to what you came up with.
Yeah, if I look at the time I have, it would actually be now between now and 6:30 when I have my next meeting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm not going to have any time for the next hour and a half or 2 hours.
so I'm going to have to quickly think about that and see if I can come
Well,
up
well,
with.
wait a minute. Maybe before I get into my next meeting, I can start it so it can be cooking while I'm in my meeting. And then when I get out of that meeting, I can just send you the results.
Great. When would that be?
That should be, let's see, we've got 10. So it's 4 now. I should be able to get that to you by 5:30.
Let me see how far I get and check back with me, or I can write on WhatsApp when I think I've got it, so that you
Okay.
don't have the extra, okay?
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right,
Okay. I got to jump now.
all right, have a good meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
Be in
Bye now.
touch.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, thanks, you too. I'll get them to you when I can.
Okay. Thanks. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.